Hello everyone and welcome to MSFT Webcast. In the fourth part of this video series on how to migrate Active Directory from Windows Server 2003 to Windows Server 2019, we are going to see how to move shared folders from Windows Server 2003 to Windows Server 2019. I hope you guys have already seen the first three parts of this video series. Now let's move to our Windows Server 2003 file server. Let's double click on my computer. Let's open E drive, and here as you can see we have two shared folders. Let's check the NTFS permission and sharing permission. First of all, I'm going to right click on folder redirect folder, go for the sharing and security. Let's click on permission, and here you can see everyone has a full control at sharing level. Let's click on security tab. Let's click on advanced, and here you can see the first thing which is noticeable is already I have cleared the checkbox to block inheritance permission. The one more thing which you can see here is administrator, creator owner and system. All those entities are with a full control, and we have HR users with the special permission. Let's click on edit. You can see HR users has a permission this folder only with traverse folders and execute files, list folders and read data, read attributes and create folders and append data. Let's check the same for home dir. Let's right click, go for the sharing and security. Let's check the sharing permission. Definitely it will be with everyone full control. Let's check NTFS permission. And here the same thing is there. Administrator, creator owner and system has a full control, and tech users have a special permission. Let's click on edit. And here you can see with this folder only, they have only permission to traverse folder, execute file, list folders and read data and read attribute. So this is the custom NTFS permission which we have on the shared folder, and we want to move these two shared folders to newly installed Windows Server 2019 file server. Now why we need to move this folder to Windows Server 2019? Let's see it. Why? Let's move to our Windows Server 2016 domain controller. Let's click on tools and select group policy management. Expand domains, expand mylab.local and expand group policy objects. You can see we have a folder redirection GPU. In the first part of this video series, already we have discussed about this policy. Let's right click, go for the edit. Under user configuration, expand policies, expand Windows settings, expand folder redirection and click on documents. Let's right click here, go for the properties. And here you can see that root path is already specified with the shared folder which we have on our Server 2003. So if we simply remove Server 2003, then what will happen about this group policies? And this policy is currently applying on our HROU. Fine. Let's open Active Directory users and computer snapping. You can see under HROU we have two users, HR user 1 and HR user 2. Second thing, we have one more OU named tech. On tech OU, we haven't applied any GPU, but let's check the property of tech user 1. Let's click on profile tab. Here you can see we have configured home directory or home folder you can say for this tech user. And here the same thing is there. You can see the shared folders path is there in the property of this user. And that's why these two shared folders are important for us, which we are going to migrate from Windows Server 2003 to Windows Server 2019 with the same permission. Let's click on OK. And this is our Windows Server 2019. It is a part of our Active Directory domain, and the IP address is 192.168.50.10. But before we move ahead, let me show you something on our client computer. Let's log in as a HR user 1. Let's double click on HR users profile folder, and you can notice on my documents offline symbol is there. For this testing purpose, I have created one folder and one text file. Let's open the folder. Let's click under address bar, and here you can see the path is there of the share folder. The same thing we want to check for our tech user. Let's log in as a tech user 1. Let's open my computer, and here you can see home directory is mounted with the drive letter H. And let's open it, and here users data are stored into this folder. And you can notice the shared folder path is there, which is coming from Server 2003 file server. Let's close this, and I'm going to log out from the system. Remember, before you can proceed with share folder migration, you have to make sure that not a single user is currently accessing the share folder. And right now I'm in a test environment and we have only 2 users which are currently not accessing this share folder. That means I'm good to go. But in case you have to make sure about this, choose the best time to migrate the share folder according to your organization. Fine. Now let's move to Windows Server 2019 file server. First of all, I'm going to show you that whether we have any share folder created on this file server or not. Let's use UNC path ws2k19-fs01. As you can see, this folder is empty. That means we haven't created any share folder on the server. Let's close this. Now, before we can move ahead, let's try to access whether from this computer we are able to access the share folders which are created on server 2003 or not. For that, I'm going to use again UNC path ws2k3r2-fs01. Let's press enter key. Here we are receiving error message that you are not able to access the file share which is created on that server. The reason is pretty simple one, because to access that share folder you need SMB1 protocol support, and by default Windows Server 2019 is not supporting SMB1 protocol. Let's click on OK, because to successfully migrate that share folder from server 2003 to server 2019 we need to access the share folder first. And to do that, we need to install SMB share support. Let's click on add features. Next, 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 next. And here we need to select the checkbox for SMB 1.0 protocol support. Click on next and click on install. Let me move to Windows Server 2016 domain controller to check whether we are able to access the share folder which are created on server 2003 or not. Let's press enter key, and as you can see, on server 2016 computer, we are able to access the share folder successfully which are available on server 2003, because server 2003 by default support SMB 1.0 protocol. Let's move to server 2019 again. Okay, it is asking us that we need to restart our server. So let's close this console, let's close Saw Manager, and let's restart the server. Okay, after restart, let's again log into our server 2019, and I'm using credential of our domain admin. After installing SMB 1.0 protocol support, let's again try to access the share folders which we have on our server 2003 computer. It will be UNC path ws2k3r2-fs01. And now you can see we are successfully able to access the share folders which we have on our Windows Server 2003 computer. The reason is pretty simple one, due to SMB 1.0 protocol support. Fine. Now first of all, I'm going to open Windows PowerShell because we are going to use the command Robocopy to migrate the share folders from Server 2003 to Server 2019. Let's right click on Start button and select Windows PowerShell admin. At a PowerShell, first of all, I'm going to type command cd/. Let's clear the screen. I'm going to type command Robocopy /? as we are taking help of Robocopy command. You can see lots of switches are there, so use this command with the precaution. Now the syntax is simple one. You have to use command Robocopy, then you have to define a source, and then you have to define the destination. Then you can use the switches as per your requirement. Let me again open one more Windows PowerShell console. Okay, let's again type command cd/ and cls. Let's copy the share folder path first. Right click on it and select copy. First of all, we need to type command Robocopy. Then we need to specify the source, which is in our case, it will be UNC path ws2k3r2-fs01/folder redir. Then after, we need to specify the location of the local path, which is the destination. Let me open File Explorer one more time. Let's click on this PC. And I'm going to copy on E drive. So it will be, in our case, it will be E drive colon slash. I'm going to specify the same folder name. So it will be folder redir. Now we need to use certain switches. So the first one is /e. Let's see the help here. /e switch stand for copy subdirectories including empty one. Fine. Then after I'm going to use switch /zb. What is the meaning of /zb? ZB stand for use restartable mode. If access is denied, use backup mode. Then after I'm going to use one more switch. It is /copyAll, which is going to copy all file information like data, attributes, timestamps, NTFS access control list, and owner info and auditing information. So for that, we need to specify /copyAll. Then after, I'm going to specify one more switch, that is /r colon 3. What is the meaning of /r? Let's see it here. /r stand for retries. Number of retries on a failed copies. By default, its value set to 1 million. So for us, I'm going to specify 3 retries. Then after, I'm going to specify /w switch with the same 3 value. What is the meaning of /w? /w for wait time between retries. Default seconds is 30 seconds, which I have changed to 3 seconds. Fine. And one last switch which I'm going to use is /v for produce verbose output. Let's specify /v. So what exactly this command is going to do? This command is going to move whatever files, folders which we have under this folder to this location. Fine. Let's press enter key. Done. As you can see, directories, total 11 directories are there and all 11 directories are successfully copied. Files are there, total 10 files are there and all those 10 files are copied successfully. If you have any error or if it skip any files that time, you can see those numbers will be displayed here. Now let's again clear the screen because we are moving for the second one. Let's again copy the path. Home dir. Let's right click here, copy the path. Okay, I'm going to change certain things, which is first, I'm going to change the source path. Let's copy the path which we have copied. Then after, I'm going to change here. We are going to specify the same name, which will be a home dir. Let's press enter key. And done. We are not facing any error. You can see all those values are set to 0. That means operation has been completed successfully. We can also confirm the same thing on File Explorer. Let's go to E drive and here you can see folder reader and home dir folder is there. Let's check the permission of it. Let's go to the properties. Let's click on security tab and here you can see tag users entry is there. That means Robocopy has moved the shared folder with NTFS permission. Fine. Now we have moved the folders to the new location, but right now these folders are not shared. Let's right click on it and go for the properties. You can see on sharing tab, it is not shared. So simply we have moved. Now the sharing part is still remaining. So let's minimize everything. I'm going back on our server 2003 file server. Let's type regedit. Let's expand HK local machine, expand system, expand current control set, expand services, and we need to find lanmanserver service. Fine. Here you need to click on shares and here you can see those informations are there related to our folder share. Let's right click on it and we are going to export this registry value. I'm going to copy on C drive. Let's specify 2K3 file share entries. Let's click on save. Let's close this. We need to copy this registry entries to our server 2019 computer. Let's go to server 2019 computer. I'm going to access the server 2003. Let's access the hidden share $C. Fine. Let's copy this registry entries and I'm going to paste on desktop. Fine. Before we move ahead, let me show you one more thing. Let's run command net share and as you can see right now we have only hidden shares. Okay, now I'm going to double click on this registry entries because we are merging these entries with our registry. Let's click on yes and click on OK. Now let's again open command prompt. Let's run command net share. And right now, as you can see, still it is not displaying those share folders. Let's close it. I'm going to open registry editor, expand HK local machine, expand system, expand current control set, expand services, and again we need to find lanmanserver, and let's go to share. Now here the important thing is that it is displaying folder redir and home dir entries here. Now one more thing that I'm going to tell you is, see this one. Suppose on server 2003 those folders were stored on E drive, fine. But suppose in case if you are changing drive letter here, instead of this E drive, suppose if you have F drive, so that time you need to change this value. For that you have to right click on this entry, go for the modify value, and here you have to assign the specific drive letter, whatever drive letter you have on your server. But for simplification, already I have created the same drive letter on the server, and which is the E drive. That's why we don't have to change anything. Let's click on cancel. Let's close everything. Let's close Server Manager console because we need to restart this server once. Okay, after restart, let's again log into our server 2019 using the credential of domain admin. Okay, now let's click on file and storage services. Let's click on shares. And here we go. As you can see now, those two share folders are displayed under the shares. We can confirm the same thing by accessing our local server. And here we go. Let's click on this PC. Let's open E drive and let's see the properties. Let's click on sharing tab. And let's click on advanced sharing because we also want to confirm the permission. And here you can see everyone full control. Fine, so we have successfully migrated the share folders which we had earlier on server 2003 computer. Now we need to update the group policy settings as well. So let's go to Active Directory, domain controller. Let's close this console, and first thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to update the group policy. Let's select folder redirection GPO, click on edit, under user configuration, expand policies, expand Windows settings, expand folder redirection, and click on documents. Right click and select properties. Now I'm going to access the UNC path. Okay, this is the UNC path to access server 2019 server. And I'm going to copy the path. Let's right click and select copy. Okay, we just need to specify that share path here. So now this path has been successfully changed to WS2K19-FS01. Let's click on apply. Yes, and okay. Let's close this console. Let's close this group policy management console. And now we're going to do the same thing for our tag user one. See, you can do the individual as well, but if you have multiple users, then select all those users, go for the properties, click on profile tab and select home folder, select connect, specify the drive letter which was earlier drive letter H, and here you need to specify the share folders path. So remember, the user's home directory is already created. If you are changing that, definitely it's going to give you a warning message. Let's specify /% username %. Let's click on apply. And here it is giving us the error. Fine. Home folder was not created because it already exists. You might want to select a different name or fine. Let's click on close and click on OK. Close it and let's cancel it. Let's open the tag user one's property. And now if you click on profile tab, you can see the path has been successfully updated. Fine. So now you can see WS2K19-FS01 is there. Let's do the same thing for tag user one. Let's confirm it. And here you can see the same thing is there. Now whether this change is successfully applied on our user or not, we want to check the same thing on our Windows 7 client computer. Let's log into this Windows 7 client computer using tag user one first. Let's specify the password, hit enter key. Let's open my computer, and here we go. Now you can see the path has been updated successfully. And let's double click on that home directory, and here you can see users data are there. This is the data which we have created on server 2003. Let's check the same thing for our HI user 1 as well. Let's click on switch user. Let's specify HI user 1. Okay, let's open users profile folder. Let's open my documents, and let's open reports folder, and let's click on this address bar. Here you can see ws2k19-fs01 is there. So this path has been successfully updated. In case group policy is not updated on your client computer, you have to manually update the group policy by running command gp update/force, and then after you can also restart the computer. After that, you will receive the changes on your client computer. So now you can safely remove your server 2003 file server from Active Directory. And this is the way how we can migrate the shared folders with NTFS permission from Windows Server 2003 to Windows Server 2019 using Robocopy command. That's the end of this video tutorial. In the next part of this video series, we are going to see how we can migrate DHCP server from Windows Server 2003 to Windows Server 2019. Thank you all for watching this video.